It's a great day, sports world. What's up to all the sports lovers, the haters, the addicts, and the fanatics out there? This is Larry Patterson with GT365. It's Game Time 365 Sports right here on the GTSN. That's the Game Time Sports Network. Wonderful Sunday. Happy you guys are with us today. We're happy to be here. My guy Amon, Rain.
Yo,
How you doing today, brother? On this good Sunday afternoon.
I'm doing good, man. Some good weather outside, man. Eating good, feel good, life's good, man. Everything's great, man.
Number one pick headed your way in a little over a week. How are you feeling? You guys recently got another quarterback, veteran, on the roster. Kirk Cousins didn't. The world didn't get a chance to hear how you felt about that. I think we did, like on a previous episode where we was talking about the idea of it, or a veteran quarterback coming into the fold. I think you shared your thoughts on that. But while we have you here, what are your thoughts on Kirk Cousins being the quarterback right now for the Oakland Raiders? And did you like the whole contract idea and all that good stuff?
Yeah. By the way, it's Las Vegas. Don't try to play us. We're not.
Oh yeah.
We got a little more. We got a little more money than with. We got a little more than Oakland money. We got Silicon Valley tech money now. Don't be disrespectful. But and all jokes in the corner, man. I do like the Kirk Cousins signing. I think I told you in the past, I'm a firm believer. I'm old school. I know everybody wants the rookies to come out there and play week one. I'm more of the mindset of, hey, let's bring them into this thing very slow. Hey, get a veteran that's been there, done that. Kirk been in the league 15 plus years. He done seen ups and downs. You got good Kirk, you got bad Kirk. He only has one playoff win, but sometimes and somehow when it's contract season for him, he getting a bag. So I like Kirk.
Shout out to his agent, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to his agent, man. A Hall of Fame bag getter. To me, this is like best case scenario for Fernando. Kirk's a pro's pro. It's gonna be a battle in camp and OTAs and all that and that good jazz. But like I say, if Mendoza goes into camp and he beats out Kirk, he deserves to be the starter week one. If not, Kirk Cousins, he can hold the fort down for however many games, 6, 7, 8 games, and then come November, I fully expect Fernando to take over, same as Andy Reid did. And I mentioned this before. Andy Reid did with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith back in 2016. If you remember, it took Mahomes at 10 that draft and let Alex Smith start the rest of the season. And then week 17, when they were out of contention, they let Mahomes play against Denver. They won the game. And 2018, he took off, So I'm very excited, man, to see what we do here. Not just in round one, but rounds 2 through 4 as well.
We had a trade go down this past week with the Packers and the Eagles, and Philly acquired Dontavian Wicks for a 2026 fifth round pick and a 2027 sixth round selection. So the Eagles get another weapon in Dontavian Wicks, who shows some promise in his years at Green Bay. How do you feel about this trade right here?
Oh man, it's just Howie being Howie again, man. He's a shrewd operator. Because if you think about it, Dontavian Wicks a 1 year, $12.5 million deal. I know you and probably most of Philly fans going to assume Adrian Brown's going to be out the door here in the next couple of weeks. So worst case scenario, you trade for Dontavian Wicks. You got Devontae can be your one. You got your slot. Well, I think Dotson's their slot guy, I believe. Jahan Dotson's their slot guy, and then Dontavian Wicks, he can be a low end. He could be a low end wide receiver two for you. So I like Howie, operating his wide receiver room, because in my mind, in his mind, the AJ Brown, Philadelphia Eagle marriage is possibly over. You're probably not going to get what you want for him. You may get what you want, but to have that contingency plan, and Dontavian Wicks was also looking for a new contract with the Green Bay Packers, crowded wide receiver room, them drafting Matthew Golden last year. I think that's a low risk, low reward thing for Phillies. Is hey, I got Devontae as my one. Dontavian Wicks can be my low end two, a high end two, and then you have Jahan Dotson in the slot. And will there be a drop off? Yes, but you have a better chance of, hey, if no, I know AJ's gone, there's going to be somebody at 22 potentially, but we'll get to in a few minutes that could probably take that role over for AJ Brown and be the X for that team.
All right, so no live mock draft on the screen here due to the technical difficulty. So this is mock draft 3.0. Hey, Mama Gail, always listening and tuning in. How you doing? So we're going to start with the first two picks of the draft. Of course, the Raiders going with Fernando Mendoza. The Jets, we both in agreement that they'll take David Bailey at 2. At 3, you got the Arizona Cardinals. Now, as we discussed last week, this is a spot where they can either trade back. They can also, if they really want to go, if they really want to risk it. They could go Ty Simpson. They could go Arvell Reese here. They could go Jeremiah Love. They could go CC Manoa or whatever other tackle that they want. Where do you think, and I know this question gets old because we always constantly talking about it, where do you think Arizona go with this third pick? They got tackle, quarterback, edge. Where do you think?
So are we doing, so it's no trades? No trades, right?
No trades.
No trades. So if we do,
I think the trades would be a little too complicated. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I agree with you there. So, but if we're doing no trades, I'm gonna repeat this till I'm blue in the face, and I'm standing pat by this. I'm gonna stay with CC Manoa right here to pair with Paris Johnson. To have 2 bookend tackles, just like the Jets did with Fashano 2 years ago, and then Mimbu last year to create that new nucleus when you do drop that quarterback in there. So I'm gonna go CC right here. I reserve the right to change my pick in 24 hours, but for right now, I'm gonna go CC Manoa. Offensive tackle, you can play guard, so he has some positional flexibility there. So offensive tackle, but if you're taking him this high, you expect him to play tackle. So I'm gonna take CC Manoa, tackle out of Miami right here, number 3.
Curious, you said in 24 hours. So if you were to change your pick, are you ready to get the information now or just no?
Oh yeah, I can give it now. If I was to change my if I change my pick here, I'm gonna go BPA, and I'm taking Jeremiah Love. We just going off BPA right now. I know they got James Conner. He on the wrong side of whatever for running back. So you got Trey Benson. He's there. But if you really want to like bolster this roster and get dynamic playmakers wherever,
And
I think Tyler Algier. But that's not, like I always tell you, though. Do not stop me from drafting Jeremiah Love. If we doing BPA, you take Jeremiah Love here. But positional value, I don't really believe in positional value. You just take the best player, whether it's running back, off-ball linebacker, safety. You take them, you make yourself a good football team. Nobody's going to remember if Jeremiah Love becomes a 3-time Russell champion, a 5-time All-Pro, Super Bowl MVP. Nobody's going to remember what numbers he got picked 6 years from now. It don't matter. So I'm the best player available. If I didn't take CC, I will go Jeremiah Love here in this spot.
I think we're going to go with CC altogether because Elijah Wilkinson is there on the other side. And like I was telling you the other day, it's not sexy enough for, if I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan, I see Paris Johnson on one side, but then Elijah Wilkinson on the other side. It's just, it doesn't get me pumped up when knowing that you have Jacoby Brissett pretty much as your starting quarterback going into next year. If they don't decide to take anybody else in the later rounds, that could probably possibly give you a spark. They could wait till next year where the quarterback class is a little stronger than this one. And Mama Gail also wrote the quarterbacks in this year's draft are not that good, more hype than skills. They are okay, not great. She's got a point there.
Yeah, Mama. Yes, you got a point. Depends on my guy is the real deal. I can't speak for everybody else because I've seen him do it, but that's not here nor there. We're on the Arizona Cardinals right now, but yeah, I definitely I feel more comfortable waking up a year from now if I'm in the same position as if I'm the Arizona Cardinals, knowing that hey, I got two bookend tackles for whoever such name quarterback I want to drop in 2027. I don't have to worry about the Browns don't not having left tackle or quarterback of the future. You know what I mean? I know I got CC and I got Paris Johnson. I got Marvin Harrison Jr. I got Trey McBride. I got Tyler Algier, Michael Wilson.
Wilson.
You name them. Hey, go get the quarterback. And you feel comfortable about that. If you pick it in the same spot next year, April 2027, this same spot, you'll have a clear picture of what you need to do, and you don't have to worry about hey protecting Arch or Lenore's or said quarterback. You feel you took care of that this year. Like you said, it may not be sexy, it may not be what the fans want. Far as we're taking the offensive tackle at 3, but once again, like I say, what I said about Jeremiah Love, if you know that quarterback's going to be set and protected for the next 10 plus years, this is going to be one of those drafts you look back and say, hey, hindsight, this is the right pick. It may not have been sexy to the fans. It may not have been sexy to TV guys, but it was the right pick going for set quarterback.
You think about those drafts that Dallas used to have back in the days where they take offensive linemen in the first round. And then you look 2 or 3 years down the road, they got one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
Remember they had Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick. Those were not sexy. Well, Tyron was the top 10 pick. I think he went 9 overall out of USC. But the Travis Frederick one, nobody really was like, ugh. But he ended up being an all-pro for them. What's my other guy name from Notre Dame? The guard they took, Zach Martin. Zach Martin got him in the middle of the first round. Won't sexy, but hey, Dak was clean for a little while. Dak was clean. Zeke had some prime years where Zeke was one of the top 3 running back in the league. And it don't happen if you don't get Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith years before that to set that foundation to Zeke to have the career he's had. To, Zach. Not Zach, but Dak having the career he's having right now. So those things may not be big or it's the popping the splash positions, but those are just as important as you drafting a quarterback, wide receiver, whatever in the first round.
For sure. Tennessee Titans on the clock. And they're another team that if they wanted to accumulate more, they could trade back. They could go edge. They could go linebacker here. They could go Sonny Styles here. They could go wide receiver here, guard, running back. I think we were in agreement that they could go Jeremiah Love here in this spot. And what way to set Cam Ward up with another dynamic weapon in the backfield? Not like you had many, not like you have a lot of dynamic weapons back there anyway. Tony Pollard going into his last year of his contract. Tajay Spears hasn't actually worked out, but you drafted 2 wide receivers last year. Jameer DK kind of worked out a little bit. Ayomader showed some flashes, but where does Tennessee go with this 4th overall pick?
So I'm following the money, right? Tennessee spent most of their money on what side of the ball in the offseason? Defense, right?
It was defense.
Okay. So there's only 2 players. Well, I take that back. There's 3 players that can be in play here. I'm looking at, I'm trying to help Cam Ward. He's my future, right? Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Love, right? Those are the 2 offensive guys. Well, I take that back. I'm going to add a 4th one. Sorry. Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Love, and if CC's available, do you think about it? If Arizona takes Jeremiah Love, do you take, you think about it? Their offensive line, it ain't the greatest. after Skoronski, you really don't have anything. And J.C. Latham, that's 2 out of the 5 positions that are solid. That hey, going in the future that I'm good at. So taking a tackle is not out of the far out of the stretch. It's not a stretch. But Brian Daboll becoming the offensive coordinator and Robert Saleh becoming the head coach. We know he's a defensive guy, and I know Daboll's an offensive guy. So at draft night, I'm saying they probably go Styles here. I would say that at first, but I ultimately think they go Love because they want to help Ward out in some shape, form, or fashion. Because I think the drop off from Love to Jadarian Price is a lot of a drop. But you can get Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon. You can get those, not those guys, but you can get some decent receivers in the second round. So I'm definitely going to go Jeremiah Love here. And if they do go Jeremiah Love here, just a little side note, Larry, if they go Jeremiah Love, that lets me know, hey, that Brian Daboll has some pull in that draft room night one. Because we can easily put Styles there and be like, okay, nobody will have any issues with it. But I'm going Love because they spent the money on defense in the offseason. And if you want to help you take the pressure off Cam Ward, you get your running back and make some fireworks in the AFC South.
And Dan Moore, who signed a big contract over there a couple of years ago, was last year, a couple of years ago, he hasn't actually been, the best tackle. Below average at best. So, I heard this on, I want to say the draft dude said this the other day, where you could be in a situation where Arizona selects CC, but then Titans can come right behind and get a Monroe or get a Spencer. Possibility, but they have to ask themselves, that play from Dan Moore, and you paying him the money that you paying him? Do you really want him protecting, being a part of protecting Cam Ward?
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I don't know what Cam Ward's number was as far as like how where he got sacked or not. I know the numbers were pretty high, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did go in that direction.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying it's likely not going to happen Thursday after next, but it'll definitely be interesting to see if we get closer to draft week that you start seeing some, smokes and rumblings. Hey, offensive tackle could be in play if Arizona don't take CC. Because I know we ain't got that far yet, but I can see somebody coming up to 3 and Arizona moving back and snagging Reese. And then that puts you in the pickle. You got Love, Tate, and CC on the board. What are you going to do? You got to help Cam Ward out regardless, and Styles there. What are you going to do? But for this sake, I'm taking Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, we're going to take Jeremiah Love with this pick. So basically, Arizona holds the key to everything.
3 is the pivot spot for me in round 1. 3.
They hold the cards.
They hold the cards.
They can move back. They got the keys to move back. They have the keys to pick whoever they want. Going with the 5th pick, the New York Giants. Mama Gail is your team. New York Giants, another team that can go wide receiver, linebacker. Sonny Styles would be good here. Carnell Tate could be good here. We not even gonna focus on the odds and the evens right now. I more so when Mama Gail said Cam Ward was sacked 55 times. Thank you for that. 55 times. Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times the year before. That was the most, right?
There you go.
But as far as the Giants, where do the Giants go with this pick here? Do you want to help your young quarterback out, or does John Harbaugh want to go defense here?
I want to help Dart out, and I can see Styles, I can see Downs, but I want to help Dart out to give him the best opportunity to succeed as possible. Because your job, you don't take that job without believing Dart can be the guy for your team, and you want to surround him. He has Scatterboo, Tyrone Tracy ain't enough, so they'll probably draft another running back in the later round. So right here, I'm going Carnell Tate right here at number 5. Mama Gail, I hope you approve of that. Help Dart out. To give him give Dart some help, Neighbor some help, Scatterboo, the offensive line, because they re-signed Jermaine Illuminor to a 2-year extension. So I think tackle is not far fetched. And one more player, and I spoke to you about this the other week as well. I mean the other day. What about corner? Remember when I said Mansour Delane? Can he not be in play here at 5? Because you got Greg Newsome, Drew Phillips. I can't think of the other starting quarter name. It's drawing a blank right now.
You did say Flott, right?
I think Flott Flott left, right?
I think he did. He did leave. He did.
Yeah, he left. So Greg Newsome is not going to stop me from drafting Mansour. If that put a gun in my head while I say cornerback is not an option there, yeah, I will. But for the sake of this exercise that we're doing here, I'm going to go Carnell Tate here at 5 for the Giants.
I like the pick. It gives them that extra weapon. And Mama Gail don't have a lot of faith in Jackson Dart.
Ooh.
She says she has to see him healthy first. So, what do you think about that? She has a point. She has
a point, but then again, she has a point. That's a valid point. But then again, Jackson Dart got to learn how to take care of himself, get out of bounds, slide. He won't doing that last year until the end of the year until he figured it out. So, yes, you want to get him some protection, but sometimes Jackson Dart got to do the smart things, get out of bounds, and not get them extra 2 or 3 yards, which I know he want to get. But, buddy, let me tell you, if you want to see a second contract in New York, ask Eli and them, getting beat up and punished ain't the way to go. Slide and fall down. But I know that's his game too, but you got to be smart about it.
Starting cornerbacks for the Giants, Paulson and Debo, Greg Newsome.
Yeah, Mansour Delane. Y'all not stopping me from drafting Mansour Delane. If I'm a scout in the South, and I'm LSU is my region, and I had to scout Delane and give a grades and stuff draft night, you're gonna have to tell me. You have to give me a good enough reason why he not turned the card in with Mansour Delane number on that card. You're gonna have to tell me something to where he's not worthy of a top 5 pick. Look at the Seahawks. They did it for Devin Witherspoon a couple years ago, and look how that man was playing the Super Bowl a month or 2 ago.
Yeah,
couldn't do nothing with him. He's excellent in man coverage. He's excellent in zone coverage. He has good feet. He has good eyes. And you playing in that defense with hopefully Dexter Lawrence stay, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter. You got, I don't know who your linebackers are right now because Kerry K is not there. But that pass rush right there.
Tremaine Evans, Michael McFadden.
There you go.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon's still there. So you can't tell me if you got Abdul, Dexter, if he's still there, Abdul Carter, and you add Mansour Delane to that secondary with them guys coming off the edge like that, there's opportunity there for that Giants secondary. So I'm not ruling out Mansour Delane, but for the sake of this exercise, once again, we can go Carnell Tate, Ohio State wide receiver for the Giants at pick 5.
Hey, I like it. That they do have a left defensive end spot that they have to figure out. Jermaine Illuminor at the right tackle spot. I know he signed the extension, but
If CC was on the board here available, then we'll have a discussion. If he was available, we'll have a discussion. Do you want to be the road grading team like John Harbaugh had with the Ravens a couple years ago? But he's not here for this, so we can go 100,000 ways, but for this, we're gonna go Carnell Tate.
We'll go Carnell Tate here. Cleveland Browns on the clock.
Ooh.
They need offensive tackle, wide receiver. They need to help Shador out. Or whoever's going to be that quarterback over there. Is there a chance that they could take one of these receivers here?
It's a chance. There's a chance because we have Makai and Tyson left, right?
And the jury's out on Tyson because he's getting a lot of. He's
not getting no love right now.
No, he's not.
I don't like, but I think it's all smoke and mirrors right now with Tyson. I really do. I still think he goes top 12, top 15. But for the sake of this exercise, I'm gonna throw a curveball right here, right? Throw a curveball. Let's go Caleb Downs here. So Caleb Downs. Let's just throw a curveball and put Caleb Downs right here. And best player available. They are not in a position to where you can just be picking for need. Right? They're not the Rams. They're not the these teams in the upper echelon teams to where they can afford to pick. Yes, we know offensive tackle is the sexy pick, but is there one here? Yeah, we had said Monroe Freeland in what 2.0, but I've kind of cooled off on that. That's we know Jim Schwartz is not the defensive coordinator anymore, so let's continue to build his defense. Monken has seen what a good defense can do. He just left Kyle Hamilton, from the Ravens, and if you want to put Downs in that Kyle Hamilton conversation of what he can be, I think you go ahead and take him right here. But in this spot, I'm taking Downs for Cleveland at 6.
And I'm not mad at it. Grant Delpit at the strong safety spot and Ronnie Hickman at the free safety spot. That's not stopping me from drafting Caleb Downs
at all.
Mama Gail, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. The Browns need a running back, a good running back, and a wide receiver. Quishon Juggins, great last year, and then they have Sampson as well. That can carry some loads too. Good wide receiver, yes, they do. They can pick that up in a later part of the Rams. There's still some guys that you had back then. Sonny Styles. JOK ain't coming through that door no time soon.
He ain't, but I feel like you got a defensive rookie of the year in Carson Schwarzenegger there. And I think that's his.
He's solid.
Yeah, I was not. I've had a kid say I was not familiar with his game coming out of UCLA last year. I was not familiar.
I think that's the move here too, with Caleb Downs here, staying in the state of Ohio. Bringing a safety presence over there, they definitely need it. So I'm not opposed to it. I think they will go there with the 6th pick. So a safety that can pretty much do everything. So
okay. Yep, up top in the box, nickel, blitz, you name it, he can do it.
The Commanders.
Sonny Styles, keep it pushing. We're not even gonna overthink this, We're not even gonna overthink this one. But look, let me give you a caveat. Is Reese still on the board?
Reese is still on the board.
Reese is still on the board. But for the sake of this argument right here, this exercise, I'm gonna go Sonny Styles. I'm gonna say it to him blue in the face. Dan Quinn, he loves his middle linebackers. Bobby Wagner last year. Sonny Styles pop in right behind him, learn where he can learn. Be the captain of their defense going forward. They moved into a new stadium here in 2026. You want to have that team rocking, defense rocking. Not 2026, but 2029, I think.
One of the years.
One of them numbers. But I think it just makes sense from you want to get young, you want to get more athletic. You sign Oway to a 4-year, $100 million contract, in the off season. Yes, the secondary could use some help. But I think, the Commanders, they got to go BPA. Because if you're picking in the top 10, best player available never hurt nobody. Now that you're picking number one overall, then you know what your need is. If you're picking number one overall, you need a quarterback for sure. But so I'm going best player available here, and I'm going to go with Sonny Styles, and we're going to move on to the New Orleans Saints, right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, and then I say all this, and we say all this, and we could be come April 24th, come about 9:30. We could be looking like Boo Boo the Fool with all these picks with it. It can go completely sideways. So just just throwing it out there.
Because all right, so when they had Nick Allegretti at the center spot and Chris Paul at the left guard spot, Vega alone
For Commanders.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be able to trade to protect Jake at all costs as well.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but if I get in a trade down and move down to like 10, 11, I would do it. But if we're staying there, I if they went Vega alone at 7, I wouldn't be upset at it, but I would like, there's no way you can pass up Styles. There's no way. But I will understand it though, to protect Jaden and off his injuries and everything. But if you can tell them, if you can say, hey, Commanders, we're going down to 12, Vega alone to be there, I would. But it's kind of hard for me to, see them passing over Styles if he's there at 7.
All right, so Sonny Styles here at 7. New Orleans Saints on the clock. And they need an edge, a wide receiver. I guess you take Arvell Reese right here.
Got to. Yeah. That's where it stops at for him. Got us, we don't know what Cam Jordan's going to do. He's still a free agent. You got Chase Young on the other side. Chris Olave has come alive. They lost Rashid Shaheed in a trade last year. They can go receiver there, but I just think you take one of the top 5 players in the league and he slipped to you at 8. That's great value. If you can say Reese is going to play off the edge full time, I think you do that, and it instantly makes your defense a whole lot better because you got to chase around Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and Michael Penix or either two. So yes, it definitely brings some credibility to your defense for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that wide receiver spot too, but I think that Arvell Reese, you can't go wrong with that.
No,
got to get some guys rush the quarterback. So that's an easy one right there. Arvell Reese, the Chiefs on the clock, edge cornerback. I think I'm going to stick to my original pick, and that's taking Mansour. What do you think that they'll do here?
I can see Mansour here. I wouldn't be mad at it because as we discussed in 3.0, how they treat corners in Kansas City. Not mad at it at all. But I'm more concerned about Patrick Mahomes playmakers. All right.
I mean, Rashid Rice said he's pretty much better than any receiver in this league right now.
That's when he playing though.
What receiver just got paid? he said he wanted that type of,
JSN.
yeah.
So 2 positions, right? I can see 3: wide receiver, offensive line, defensive end. And it depends on how Brett Veach feels about Bain. I'll go Bain here. It depends on how Brett Veach feels about Fano. I go Fano here. But here's where I'm going. And it's risky, but sometimes you gotta, take a roll of the dice, or you might just, hit. I'm going Jordan Tyson here. I'm going Jordan Tyson.
Wow.
I'm going Jordan Tyson here, and I'm taking the risk, but he's worth it. He's worth the risk here. He can do everything. He can run routes. I don't know. We'll find out what his 40 is in here in a couple of days. He got the private workout with teams on the 17th. But I just think his talent is too much for Andy Reid to look at it and say, "Hey, I don't have but a few more years left of coaching. I got one more good year left of Kansas City with Travis Kelce. I got Mahomes coming off an injury. I got Xavier Worthy. I got Rashee Rice when he right. Let me pluck and put Jordan Tyson in his offense, and let's see if we can recreate this thing all over again." I love Tyson, bro. Yes, people want to say his injuries, and I talked to one of my homeboys the other day. He called me and we discussed Tyson for about 30 minutes. You can't help that he had a torn ACL. You can't do nothing about that. You're not going to play when you tear your ACL. You can't help that you got a broken collarbone. You're not going to play through a broken collarbone. The hamstring injury, yes, you could probably tough it out through that, right? But I promise you, the wide receiver coaches, Andy Reid, they've been on the phone with Hines Ward, his wide receiver coach at Arizona State, getting information about the real Jordan Tyson. If you can play through an ACL, I promise you will have. If you can play through a broken collarbone, I promise you will have. But those injuries you can't do nothing about. You can't play through those. So set that aside. Yes, we know how it goes, and I'm a firm believer. If you stay hurt in college, you stay hurt in the pros. A la Tua, I've said it in the past. But I just think, if you want to go for it all and get back to where you were when Mahomes had that 50 touchdown season and he was just lights out. The light show in Kansas City with Tyreek Hill and all them. You go get you a stud playmaker that can do it. And I believe Jordan Tyson, yes, it's a little risky. It's a little high for some.
Is it?
But I feel like draft night, they're going to be staring one of those 3 players in the face. And I think they take a gamble with Jordan Tyson. Because if they go Bain, I understand it. You want to help that defense out some, but we all know Kansas City, Andy Reid, he trying to light the scoreboard up, and you got the perfect quarterback to light the scoreboard up with. So let's feed him. Let's feed him more weapons. So Jordan Tyson, number 9, Kansas City.
And as good as an offensive coach as he is, as great as an offensive coach he is, I understand you. I feel that because he's going to want to score points. But like you said, this could be a spot where you could also see Bain come off the board. Bain next to Chris Jones. I'm thinking this is a spot. This is the perfect opportunity for them to get Mansour or to get my guy from Tennessee, McCoy.
I wouldn't be upset at it. I wouldn't be upset at it at all. It's your call. You make the call. I'm going Tyson here. Your call.
I think in the wide receiver class, like behind these guys, behind Tyson and behind Lemon, it's pretty much anywhere. Right. So like they come in the second round, and I mean they already got them an Xavier Worthy. They already got an Xavier Worthy. So for them to get Zachariah Branch from Georgia, it's kind of like just like the same player.
Yeah.
I just think that with Spag still there, you gotta find some balance there, and I think that they go defense here with Mansoor right here. That's what
Okay. I ain't mad at it. So we can go Mansoor to the Chiefs. But when I get back, when I call you on Thursday, and they say, "Hey, when Jordan Tyson ain't come across that thing," don't be say I didn't tell you so. So
I mean, you could be right because I
I
mean,
mean, it could be
strange things happen.
for real. Tell me about it.
Bengals on the clock at 10, defensive tackle, safety, linebacker, edge. 2.0, I think you had Bane going here.
Yes.
Is that the same?
Oh yeah. Bane ain't going. Bane ain't going here. He not going. This where it stops for him. You have to get a junkyard. Cincinnati need junkyard dogs in the daggone on defense side of the ball. They got the Ferrari on the offense side of the ball. They need junkyard dogs on that defense, and hopefully Shamar still can give them something. Miles Murphy can give them something, but it ain't looking too good. So Bane
Miles,
is easy.
Miles got to show him something here in what year 3?
3.
Yeah, and then with Stewart as well. They got to step it up. Uh, Dolphins at 11, wide receiver, cornerback. This could be a spot where Mekhi Lemon goes.
Could be.
You need a weapon for Malik
Malik
Willis.
Willis. Mm-hmm. It's me, right?
Is this
Yeah.
11?
Yeah.
Well, it's 11. Pick 11. But go ahead.
Go. Who? What are you thinking?
My choice is between either Lemon. They take Lemon, or they take McCoy, and that's where I'm going. I mean, to be that early in the draft, you get those premium players right there. You can't go wrong with either or. But I think that's where they go. Where do you?
Okay. So look, you said Lemon or McCoy, right? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Vega Long here. Vega Long to rebuild that offensive line. I'm thinking Vega Long or Fano here. If Fano and Long is there, they're probably gonna go. Probably for me, I'm more of a Vega Long guy. Vega Wane, sorry. Than a Fano guy. So I think they go offensive line with their first round pick.
So Vega alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vega Iwane. I call Vega long because the name is like so complicated, but it's Vega Iwane. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Vega Iwane.
yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Jamari Sawyer at the right guard, and then Jonah Savadil.
Yeah,
I remember saying that
you
name.
hit that. Yeah, you got that one.
Uh, but then I mean, they got some linebacker spots that could be filled here. Wide receiver as well. That's why I was saying limit. But hey, I get it. You want to short that offensive line, get some extra protection for Willis. I can see it, and I like it.
Yeah, because everybody know Dolphins fans. I know y'all hate for me to say this, but I'm gonna say it. If you don't like it, inbox me. They tank it. We all know. We all know what's going on in Miami because we did it this year ourselves. So we know what's going on. So we know what's going on. I ain't mad at it.
The Dallas Cowboys on the clock here at 12.
This is easy for me. I know you took Mansoor um, with the Chiefs at 9. This is why I think McCoy comes off the board for me.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Here at 12, because you need some secondary help. You need some pass rush help as well. But I think McCoy, him bouncing back and having a good 2024 and having a good workout and running 4.38 is like, hey guys, forget about me. Everybody buzzing about Mansoor Delane here, and rightfully so, but running that 4.38 is like, hey guys, don't forget about me. You moved on from Diggs. You have what's my other guy name that's in the slot that got paid? Can't think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank. Cowboys fans, help me out.
Durant,
Yes.
Kobe Durant,
No, not Kobe Durant. No, he got paid.
Ron Blunt.
Cowboys, Deron Bland. There you go. He got paid. He moved on from Diggs. He wasn't cutting it. So I think McCoy, getting plugged in right there makes so much sense to me. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Jamal McCoy, Cowboys at 12.
I can dig it. And that's somewhere I think that they'll go as well. Even though they could go edge rusher here. That seems like the most logical. It seems like the most reasonable one right there. I'm not mad at it. I go to Jamal McCoy right there for the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure the Cowboy fans will love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can dig it. The Rams at 13, wide receiver, linebacker, offensive tackle. Is this where Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson come off the board?
No. I'm going Fano here.
I knew you were going tackle. I didn't know if you were going Monroe or Fano.
Fano. I'm going Fano here. Short of protection. Yes, we know wide receiver is everybody want them to go balls to the wall, take wide receiver, but you can also go balls to the wall and show up your pass protection around Matthew Stafford in his final year. Yes, he's, I don't know, he's 290-ish or whatever the case may be. He's a good player. Spencer Fano is. I think you can put a little weight on his frame. Anchored down a little better. But I think it's the smart pick for the future here. You can go Lemon. I wouldn't be mad. You can go Tyson here. I wouldn't be mad. But we know Puka's going to get paid, and I feel like in that NFC West, where the teams are getting better, defenses are getting better. You want to keep Stafford upright as possible and preserve him as much as possible. So I go. I'm going final here to the Rams, and I think that'll be a great pick. It won't be sexy once again, but it'll be a necessary pick for the Rams in this spot.
When Matthew Stafford is one of the best protected quarterbacks in the league, we can point back to this. If this becomes true, we can come back and point to this and say it's one of the reasons why. Baltimore at 14, defensive tackle, guard, center, wide receiver. This could be a trade that candidate team as well. So,
I want to do it, but I don't know.
this would be the perfect spot for King Messidor.
It could be.
But do you want to take him that high?
He's worth it, regardless of age. I don't care about he's big 25, bro. Ravens Super Bowl window is right now. You could. I'm not mad at that at all. Actually, I I don't hate it because they got Trey Henderson, but I don't want to stunt my Mike Green's development on the other side as well. And you got Justin Madubuike. I don't know who the other defensive tackles are. I don't hate
Jones and John Jenkins.
Yeah, I don't hate it taking Messidor right here. But if that's you want to go Messidor here,
I do, but I'm not 100% on it because, like you said, you don't want to mess up the development of Green. You can never have too many edge rushers. But in your case, I mean, Baltimore don't really pay edge rushers anyway.
Exactly.
So
in my mind, I'm looking at the weapons, right? I got Henry Pollard for maybe one more year. I got Zay Flowers in the contract year. I got Rashard Bateman. Everybody pissed off at Mark Andrews for dropping the ball 2 years ago in the end zone. You know where I'm going. The AFC West got superpower, super offenses, right? Herbert can score points. CJ Stroud, when he's rocking, score points. hey, I need to keep up with my homes and them boys. I need somebody that's a mismatch when you put them in the slot, line them on inline. So with that being said, Kenyon Sadiq, you are now Baltimore Raven, buddy.
And I love it because, all right, Likely's out the door. And Mark Andrews, I don't know his contract situation.
Just read them up.
Yeah, so was it 2 or 3 years?
Is it 3? But you probably
Three,
get out after next year though, probably
for
with a
sure.
little put a
So,
little cap put in there, or whatever.
so I can dig it. And I actually saw this. What did I say? I saw it on, I think it was Peter Schrager's mock.
I ain't
But
even know he mocked them though to them. I did not know that. I ain't
yeah,
pay
he
attention.
did. He did. But even before that, I was looking at it. There's a possibility of him going there. But I'm always thinking about Baltimore and I'm thinking defense. Even though defense has been good in like 2 years. But I just thought that would be a direction that they would go. And they still may. But I'm loving this pick right here.
Yeah,
Get a weapon.
yeah, and the reason why I say I went offense there because we know, Lamar's gonna get another bag. Zay Flowers, okay, he can be one of those guys that he wants whatever type of money and it might not go his way. Jesse Mitchell coming up from the Chargers. We know what he did with his defenses. It's not like the defense don't have players. You got Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, you got Travis Jones, you got Justin Matabike, you got Nate Wiggins, you got Marlon Humphrey still. So it's not like they don't have players. It's just whatever didn't work last year didn't work. And whatever Jesse Mitchell did with the Chargers and that defense with Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Tierra Tart in the middle, Aloy Gilman, they made it work. So, Mentor knows defense. So I think he can fix that. Because if you defense to defense, if you put those two defenses beside each other, okay, you'll
Yeah.
understand. You'll be like, okay, why is Baltimore underachieving on the defensive side of the ball compared to the players that the Chargers have? If that makes sense. So in my mind, I'm thinking Mitch is going to get the defense straight. Let's help out Lamar any way possible, right? And everybody has one of those. Everybody has one of those mismatch pieces. You got Brock Bowers in Vegas. You got Trey McBride in Arizona. Kittle when he's right. He's a mixed match piece. Sam Laporta in Detroit. I know I'm probably missing some tight ends out here. I know I probably am, but when you got that guy that can line up in the slot, line in line, and he's a good
Average.
enough blocker at Troutman. I know that. I know it kills you, boy. It kill you. But well, you're a wild boy. But when you have that guy that can be that mismatch piece for a defense, he's big enough where a corner can't guard him, but he's fast enough to where a linebacker he can run right past linebackers. You got to do it, man. So this is about Lamar in the future, giving him a weapon over the middle of the field, and I think Kenyon Sadiq can be that guy for you at 15 of Baltimore. Excuse me.
All right. I love the pick. Buccaneers at 15. Edge, linebacker, defensive tackle, cornerback. Uh, hmm.
You tell me who you taking, and I tell you who I take. But one of my guys is gone. But if he was available, this is what I would do.
Hmm. A little high to be taking him.
Shit, we took Cleveland Farrell 4 overall. So I mean, what's up? Shout out to my boy Cleveland, Richmond, Virginia's finest. What up, baby?
Shout out, yeah, for sure. Um, I think this is a spot for an edge rusher right here.
I'm with you.
And you can go Falk, you can go Messidor,
I'm with you.
Parker, Zion Young. Uh, Messidor probably be the one right here.
Yeah, I was going Messidor for sure. I like it, man. This is some help for Yaya Black on the. Is it Yaya Black or Yaya Diaby? One of the two on the other
Yeah,
side.
Diaby.
Yaya Diaby. Um, yeah, seasoned guy. He's ready to go right now. And I think they need that help on the outside. We know Levante David is gone. That's a big piece of linebacker core that they're missing. Jamel Dean, he went to Pittsburgh on a 3-year, 35. My other selection, if he was available here, was Jamar McCoy. If he was available at pick 15, but he's not. So Messidor is probably makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I can't go wrong with that. Um, you could also go with that. I mean, you can put them up side by side, however you want, whether it's Kendrick or whether it's Messidor. I think most people will probably take Messidor.
Because most people probably take Messidor, but Keldrick he'll be 21 draft night, so he's still a baby. So you think about that canvas, that blank canvas of Keldrick Falk, what he ultimately turn into. But I think the Bucks right now, where they are in their life cycles of football team, take Messidor and make a push to win the NFC South. So that's why I lean more towards Messidor than Keldrick Falk. But I wouldn't be mad if they took that raw ball of Clay and Falk and said, "Hey, my defensive line coach, could you do something with this?" I wouldn't be mad at them at all.
Yeah, for sure. I
I mean, it
like
might hit gold. They took a Mecca Booker boy last year and struck gold. So I mean, hey, you know, Light know what he doing there for some obvious reasons. So
right, and with so many weapons in this draft, like they can always pick one up in the later round. So I think in this one right here, you help your defense out. That wasn't really all that great last year. Pick 16, we got the Jets back on the clock. Is this
yeah,
where this is where they take my boy?
yeah, he got to go right here. No,
Oh,
you talking about? You talking about Ty? Or you talking about
uh,
Lemon?
yeah, I'm talking about Ty.
No, 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 no. Nah, I think this is where Lemon goes. Me personally, once again, and I explained this to my boy George yesterday on the phone. I was like, bro, you have to take a wide receiver to help Garrett Wilson out. You got Mason Taylor in the middle. Get Lemon here. Gino can, as much as people want to give Gino issues about last year in Vegas, Chip Kelly was a mess. You know, so how much is that Gino? How much is on Chip Kelly? But Gino can get you to do a season, and you got Brees Hall on the tag. Um, so you got the two tackles. So here's my thinking, right? If I'm Aaron Glenn, I want to be the best version, my football team, the best version of themselves as possible, right? And if I come out the first round next week with David Bailey at 2 and Makai Lemon at 16, which are two what? You are the top 12 players in the draft.
You
That's a
won.
home run. That's a home run, right? You have to take that because at the end of the day, you traded two all pros in Quentin Williams and yo boy Sauce Gardner last year. And I want Aaron Glenn to be able to get his own quarterback in the building next year with 3 first-round picks, to have the pick of the litter, to give him a fair shot to being the best head coach he can be.
If he's there.
That's my point. You have to take good football players, right? And you, like I said, let's say for example he would have went Reese at 2. Reese don't have a defined position, and if it don't work out, guess who's not going to be there as the head coach in 2027?
It's true.
So that's why I said you take Bailey at 2. You take Lemon to help out Garrett Wilson because we all know, how talented Garrett Wilson is. But in this day and age, you need two receivers. If McCoy had been here at 16, I would have took him probably over Lemon, but he's gone. So I'm taking Lemon here to help Geno Smith out, help this offense out because they was putrid last year. And the defense is putrid as well, but you took care of that, your number one issue at pick 2. So I'm going Makai Lemon here to set, to give whoever the quarterback coming in next year the same thing that Jackson Dart's getting this year. Weapons to get rid of the ball and make plays for you.
Okay. I can dig it.
Who were you thinking?
No, I'm in agreement.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in agreement. I think that's a good move. I'm thinking Simpson. That you go and you get Simpson right there, but I can see in a world where you don't want to put Simpson in that position where you got Geno, you got Tyrod Taylor on the roster as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you already got 5 quarterbacks on the roster. Why are you going to bring you a rookie quarterback to kind of mess that whole thing up, mess his development up? So, yeah, I'm all for it. You got
Larry, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna answer this phone call. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'll catch up with you.
You got the Lions at 17 here, and their needs are offensive tackle, edge, guard, defensive tackle, safety here. In 2.0, I believe we went Vegalone, the guard from Penn State. This could be a position where Detroit goes best player available. And if you're looking at best player available, you're thinking Monroe Freeland here at this spot right here. So I'm on Detroit.
Okay.
And their top needs are edge, tackle, guard. So I'm thinking, I mean, they could go best player available here as well, but I'm thinking they add more security to the line and you take Monroe Freeland at this spot right here.
I'm not mad at it. I probably would have, me for my selfish reasons for the Lions, I would have went offensive line too, but I probably would have went Caden Proctor here to play left tackle. But either, offensive line, you can't go wrong. Mesodo is gone already.
So Monroe is right.
Monroe.
He's left.
Yeah, Monroe, Caden are left.
But so you would rather have Kate?
Yes.
You took Monroe kind of high in 2.0. You took him to the Browns.
Yeah, because I'm going to do something else with Monroe here in a few minutes. So for me, I'm taking Caden here. What? Yeah, I'm taking Caden here for the Lions.
All right. Caden Proctor here. I saw that somewhere too. Caden here.
He's going top 20. He's going top 20. So
for some reason, I thought you was gonna go Monroe, man. But I ain't mad at it though.
I'm gonna do something with Monroe in a minute. Just hold tight.
All right. Minnesota on the clock. Safety. Need some interior help. Cornerback. Where do the Vikings go? Oh, I already know where you go ahead because I already know where you're going.
What, Minnesota?
Yeah.
I like Thieneman here.
That's where I was thinking you're going.
Yeah, I love Thieneman. So I'm gonna pencil Thieneman in to April 24th. Thieneman. He's center field, playing the box, playing the slot, blitz, tackle in space. Stick his nose in there, and so I love Thieneman, man. Or you can do McNeil Warren here as well. So either one, man, you take your pick. I wouldn't be mad, but for the sake of this draft right here, this version, I'm taking Thieneman.
No, I will go Thieneman, especially after that combine, but that's your Harrison Smith replacement. And did he retire?
And I won't say he retired, but again, don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it. And I hate the fact that it's easy to plug and play because he's Harrison Smith replacement. I hate that. That's kind of lazy on my part to say that. But when I truly believe that their games are so similar.
Yeah,
they remind me of each other.
Yeah,
so that's why I say it's an easy slide in for me. Because Brian Flores can get really creative with Dylan Thieneman right here. With the Vikings.
You're right. So many different ways you can do it. You can blitz them, coverage. You can do a lot with them. So I like that. So we'll go there with 19 at 20. Dallas is back on the board.
Are you ready for this one? You might, Cowboys fan. If you watching this, and when I say this, it's gonna make sense. But you probably gonna look at me like I'm dumb in the face right now with all the other needs they do have. You probably gonna think I'm crazy. But this is just me brainstorming. I'm galaxy brain when it comes to the Cowboys and they 2 picks. We picked, what did we pick at 12? We picked McCoy.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out, Larry. Hear me out. With the 20th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys take KC Concepcion. Hear me out. Hear me out. Are you really want to commit $35, $36 million to George Pickens if you're Jerry Jones? Knowing that CeeDee Lamb was want to come up and say, hey, you think you going to pay him more than me? Or would you trade a 1 and a 3? Or would you trade Pickens for a 1 and 3, save yourself the headache or whatever comes with Pickens, and do something with the extra draft capital and keep building to that defense? When you can get Case, it was terrible. Would you? So I'm asking you, would you trade somebody if somebody come knocking on your door today, right? Say, hey, I give you a 1 and 3 for George Pickens in this year's draft. We'll sign him.
Sign me up.
And I give you pick 20, and you got to replace that production. Tyson's gone, Tate's gone, Lemon's gone.
Well, according to here, Tyson ain't gone yet.
According to here. Okay, according to here, right? Let's say, for example, Tate is still on, not Tate, but Tate's still on the board injuries, right? He's sliding. Take KC Concepcion on here, plug him in CD spot. Not CD, but picking spot. Short, have you a wide receiver 2, have you a wide receiver 2, or can be a high-end wide receiver 1 on a good day. Take the first round picks that you get from this year from whoever. Let's say Buffalo say, hey, I give you a 1 and a 3 for Pickens right now, and we'll give them the money. Or whoever. It don't have to be Buffalo. Take that first from Buffalo, get you McNeil Warren the back end of the first round.
I'm sorry. We on the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, either way it go.
The Cowboys had the X pick. Man, I'm sorry.
We'll table it. But now that we on the Panthers now, we done goof. Ooh. You go ahead with the Panthers first.
So, Panthers need a tackle or safety. And I took McNeil Warren in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily – I'm necessarily going to go there this time because I feel like Taylor Moton, he might be in the last year of his deal, right?
Potentially. Sorry, Panthers fans, we were getting ahead of ourselves. I was brainstorming. We're gonna get back to that. I promise you.
Monroe and Caleb are on the board right now. Do they sacrifice that and just take one of those offensive tackles, or do they go somewhere else? Because they also could go defensive end as well.
Yeah, TJ Parker's sitting there. They can go line. Well, they said they got Devin Lloyd in free agency, so you can go TJ Parker.
You can go Peter Woods.
You can go Peter Woods, but I don't think he's going. I think he's sliding. Caden McDonald, if you really want to beef up the defense in the inside.
I like that actually right there.
There you go.
It's a major need for him.
Well,
we'll go Caden McDonald right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now on to Dallas.
Back to where I was. I'm taking this in my world, right? You know, my world a little screwed up. I'll take KC Concepcion here, trade Joel Pickens, get a first and a third, or 1 and a 2, recoup some of that capital because you don't have a second round pick, and then whoever's in the back end of the first round, maybe the Bills or hey, maybe the Patriots, they got the money to go get them if they want to. Pay them what Drake made, take that first, get you a defensive player that's going to probably fall to you. But that's me. What I would do.
Casey just seems like a Dallas Cowboy pick too.
It dude. I wouldn't be mad at it, bro.
I think it's a little rich.
I don't think so. I think he's that good.
Even with the drops?
Bro, you can concentration drops. But
AJ Hamlin couldn't get it together. I know that we talked to them.
Yeah, I know, but he balling right now in the USFL. So it's whatever. But for me, right here, this is what I'm going to take KC Concepcion with the thing knowing, hey, George Pickens are getting traded, because I feel like, and I know it's a little deeper than this, David Mulugeta had the same age as Michael Parsons. They already got beef. So it's like, why would I want to do business with you again if you treated Parsons like this? How you think he's going to treat Pickens? So I'm like, get me out of there. You need somebody to fill that void. Put KC in there and take them picks. Fill the rest of your defense out. You did get Quentin Williams, this year. But so I'm going KC Concepcion here. It's a wild card, but we can keep it pushing.
All right. Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. They need a quarterback. They need a guard. They need a linebacker. Receiver. I see a certain receiver still here on the board. You also got Omar Cooper sitting here on the board. Denzel Boston on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Which way we going?
Monroe Freeland.
We're going Monroe Freeland in this spot.
Right. We're going Monroe Freeland because I'm going to tell you why. You drafted Troy Fortanu a couple years ago, first round pick out of Washington. You drafted Broderick Jones a couple years ago, first round pick out of Georgia. We know he had some penalty issues. We had our good friends on maybe before the season last year, Steelers realm, and they were talking about, hey, how Broderick Jones having issues with penalties, false starts, and stuff like that. He just can't get it together. So I feel like they need to bring some more competition in for him. And I think getting a Monroe Freeland, who's young, he's 21, he'd be a left tackle. He won't be pressured to start right now, but he'll push Broderick Jones, and he can be your left tackle of the future for whatever quarterback you may bring in if Broderick Jones don't, fix his issues. So I'm going Monroe Freeland here for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21.
All right. Take Monroe there, and we still got...
I think it's a respectable spot for him. He's not too high. He's not too low. He's right there where he's supposed to be slotted, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you had him in the top 10.
I did, but then I was thinking about it. It's like Cleveland Browns, and they ain't no position to picking just anybody. You got to take the best player and make a better football team. So I don't think that was a smooth move. So
It is a Cleveland Brown kind of pick though.
hey, look, players mess up. Players mess up.
Los Angeles Chargers on the board. They need offensive line help. They need an edge, defensive tackle. And pull them up. Rashawn Slater is there, so you don't need your tackle.
Correct.
This could be a spot where they go either Keldrick Fall. I think they could go Keldrick Fall here. Or they could go offensive weapon.
You could. You got Ladd. You got Oronde. You got Trey Harris out the second round last year. Mario Hampton. Keenan Allen. Yeah. I can see wide receiver here. I wouldn't be upset about it. But I think they're more of a need is more on the defensive side of the ball. And you can say Keldrick's available. Cade McDonald, he went a couple of picks ago to Carolina. TJ Parker's available. This could be a trade spot for Dexter Lawrence. So they got the money and the capital to go get him if they really wanted to. Yeah, so with that, for me, with the Chargers, I'm going to take edge, because Khalil Mack's 38, 30, 34, 35. Joey Bosa, he's not there no more. Toy Palutu, he's there, balling. So I'm gonna go TJ Parker here for me for the Chargers for pick, for their pick. Pick 20 what? 21?
22.
22.
So TJ Parker.
Yeah.
Where's he at? I gotta get to it.
Well, no, you good.
Here it is. All right, TJ Parker. And Philly on the clock at 23.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead. You've been on this for a minute now.
Yeah, this gonna be an easy one, and we just gonna go ahead and select it and move on to the next because we've been talking about this for a while. But I'm on Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington for the Philadelphia Eagles. As soon as my computer can get right. Perfect pick right there. And now you got the Browns back on the clock. Tackle, wide receiver.
This is a spot where Omar Cooper goes for me. I like Omar Cooper here. Some people might not have him in the first round, but I do have him in the first round. Bottom of the first round. That's the receiver help. They can definitely use. I wouldn't be opposed to what tackle would you take right here? I don't know. So I'm going wide receiver. This is and I hate to burst your bubble because I know you might do this for Arizona, but this is a sneaky Ty Simpson spot. A sneaky Ty Simpson spot.
I know.
It's a sneaky spot. I wouldn't do it personally.
I would.
But
they're the Browns.
Then it's the Browns. So I'm gonna take Omar Cooper here. I mean, you could if TJ Parker was available right here. I wouldn't be mad at it either. You know, to put on that to build that bully with Mason Graham, Miles Garrett, TJ Parker. That's not a bad look at all either.
And there's not a lot like Miles Garrett, but Miles Garrett could be on the way out the door.
Oh yeah, he might. I don't think Miles Garrett gonna be playing Cleveland this year anyway. So
So
that's my
we
personal opinion.
so we going Omar Cooper right here.
Yep.
Now the Chicago Bears on the clock at 25, and they need defensive help as well. And I think this could be a good spot for either Peter Woods or Keldrick Faulk, or they also need safety help too. So McNeil Warren could be a spot here as well. Uh, Kobe Bryant, Cam Lewis. Cam Lewis was just drafted there not too long ago, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's undrafted, 6th season. Yeah, that's not gonna stop me. I'm going McNeil Warren here.
Okay. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm also, if they don't do that, I see them going Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, 2 edge rushers that don't get a lot of media national hype, but they're damn good football players and damn good edge rushers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Peter Woods falls out of the first round. I think he do. Um, the production, some scared off. Some people are scared off. I think he's a good football player. I just want to see round 1. Hey, what about going for Chicago Bears? What do you think about Christian Miller, defensive tackle in the middle? In the middle, they need help there as well. Well, I'm not mad at if McNeil wants you pick. I'm cool with it, but that's another position on the defensive line that could potential be a spot for them.
I'm gonna keep that there, right there, and then when we go for 4.0, we'll kind of like feed off of each other.
I'm cool with that.
Because I'm liking the McNeil Warren pick here, but I'm also like, hey, they do need help in this area as well. Montez Sweat ain't gonna be there forever either.
Absolutely not.
So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and go to pick 26 with the Buffalo Bills. Now, Jordan Tyson is still on the board.
In your world, Jordan Tyson is still on the board. But and for the sake of this exercise, he's still on the board. I think this is where you have to stop the slide for Tyson. You just don't pass up on it.
But let me ask you a question. With the injury concerns, would you be surprised if you see him dip late into the first, possibly second? I know
No.
the talent level is there, but just that I don't know.
I also so if he dips and he gets past, I think Philly would do it. I think if he gets to Philly, he won't get past Philly. No one will be know about the AJ Brown situation. I think if Philly was on the board and Tyson and Boston was available, they're definitely taking Tyson. Because that's what Howie does. Somehow everything that Howie touches works. And it seemed like all you gotta do is say, you know what, Jordan Tyson, no more injuries. You're a Philadelphia Eagle, and he'll be a all pro in about 4-5 years. This is how it works in Philly. But for the sake of this exercise here, I like him in Buffalo with Keon Coleman, Shakir. I think they got DJ Moore too, didn't they? They
Yeah,
got DJ Moore. I think I can see a world with Keon Coleman being the odd man out and Jordan Tyson being his replacement.
More than likely, he's gone before 26.
More than like, and I also can see CJ Allen here as well, the linebacker from Georgia. If they want to go defense, they can go Christian Miller as well, defense. Because Deion Walker, he's a defensive tackle, but he ain't stopped me from drafting Christian Miller. So for the sake of this exercise, once again, I'm gonna repeat it. We're gonna go Jordan Tyson, 26 to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh man, we really effing this up.
Yeah, but we topping and screwing this bad boy. Tearing it up.
The San Francisco 49ers on the clock at 27th spot. They need a tackle, a wide receiver, a host of other things. But if they're looking for tackle, they got Caleb Lomu, they got Blake Miller. Shout out to Jay Quimby. He's got Blake Miller going in the first round somewhere. I remember seeing that in his mock. But where do you go? Where do you think the 49ers go with the 27th pick?
Producer, what offensive tackles do we have left?
Offensive tackles that you have left are Caleb Lomu, Blake Miller, Max,
Ian Nachor,
Caleb Tiernan from Northwestern.
Yeah, you can start right there.
I did see somewhere where Ian Nachor was
in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I did too. But for the sake of this, I'm gonna take Lomu right here. First ballot Hall of Famer, Trent Brown, not Trent Brown, but what's my boy name? Trent Williams. Trent Williams. He's getting up there in age. He's having contract disputes. So I think you need to go ahead and turn the page after this year and start that offensive line over with. So I say, take Lomu right here and go from there.
I like it. Gets that next offensive tackle ready. Houston, Texans on the clock at 28. This could be a spot where they can trade back as well.
Yeah, I did. This is a trade back spot.
But they can go guard. They can go or interior. They can go defensive tackle. If they're gonna go defensive tackle here, computer moving slow. Peter, Keldrick, Christian Miller. This could be a spot for Christian Miller. I can see it.
I wouldn't be mad at it if you want to turn that defense up to a whole other level. I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
So we'll go Christian Miller there. And now the Chiefs are on the clock at 29. You got edge cornerback. You got Keldrick Falk sitting right there. You also got Peter Woods sitting right there as well. Chris Jones ain't going to be here forever. So that could be a spot for Peter Woods.
And you took Mansour at 9?
Yeah, I think we took Mansour at 9. Or this could be a spot where they get their wide receiver.
Who's available?
Chris Bell, Chris Brazel, Jeremy Bernard, Antonio Williams.
Okay. I let you take Mansour at 9, right? After you want to let me take Jordan Tyson, we agreed to Mansour. Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna take Blake Miller for the Chiefs right tackle to protect Mahomes. We can't forget about the golden boy. Got to protect the money, right? And I think Blake Miller, he's gotten better from 2024 to 2025. He's a good football player. So we got the protection for Mahomes, and we got the cornerback for Spags defense. So I think that's a win-win for the Kansas City Chiefs on draft night barn trades.
Miami Dolphins. Wide receiver, cornerback, guard.
We went.
Where did we go?
I think we went offensive line. I think we went. No, we went. Can't remember where we went.
Where did we go? I can't go back. Hold on. The producer's trying to get some things straight over here.
Well, nevertheless, Miami at 30, they can go a multitude of ways. They can go wide receiver. They can go defense. I think a wide receiver, makes them. They can go offensive line. We went out Ione for the Dolphins.
That's right.
We went Ione with the Dolphins. But for the sake of this exercise, I'm going corner here. I'm taking Colton Hood, the other corner out of Tennessee, the one that played opposite of Jamar McCoy. He's a good press corner, good man coverage skills. Got the ability to take the ball to the house. I know that's not the most popular pick. There's Chris Johnson still on the board as well from San Diego State. But for what I know, and Jeff Hafley, like he do coming up from the Packers, he like those press man corners. Drafted Jair. I don't think he was there when they had Jair, but he was one of those guys. So we're here. I'm going Colton Hood, cornerback from out of the University of Tennessee.
Okay. I like your point there with Jeff Hafley coming over there. Need some of that defensive power over there. Need all he can get. And then these last two spots with the Patriots, with the Seahawks, I can see both teams moving back.
Getting up out there.
Being that the Seahawks got 4 picks. Where do you see the Patriots going with this pick right here? They are at 31. They need an edge. They need a wide receiver. They need a linebacker. If you're they still may get AJ Brown as well. So.
Yeah, I'm under the mind frame that AJ Brown's gonna be a Patriot. That's what I'm thinking. He's gonna be a Patriot. So I'm going edge here. You could go offensive line, you could go edge, but I'm going edge here, and I'm gonna take Cassius Howard, pass rusher out of Texas A&M. I know people make fusses about his arm length and wingspan, but boy, can he get around that corner and do something terrible to you, boy. Good football player, showed up in big games. Everybody know about the viral clip he had versus LSU last year. So I'm going Cassius Howard here. He probably won't go in the first round, but for this sake, I'm taking edge rusher out of Texas A&M.
All right, and for pick 32 with Seattle, I know they're gonna end up moving back, but as you say, for the sake of this draft, for this exercise, they need a running back, and the running backs that you have available right now are Mike Washington Jr., which I love Mike Washington.
Oh yeah.
I He'll probably be gone before 62.
No, I think he'll be there.
You think he'll be there? I
Yeah,
hope he'll
he'll
be
be
there.
there.
You also got Jadarian Price, who I think he goes in this spot right here.
I think he goes in the second round, at top of the second round.
Jadarian Price.
Yeah, I don't think he goes in the first.
Or does Seattle just go edge here? Or another spot here? We both know that they're going to move out. I think
Yeah,
we feel like they're going to move out.
I feel like this is a Ty Simpson spot for Arizona if they want to come in and get him. Somebody promised him a spot in the first round. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to go to the proposed trade. So, Arizona. Next. Seattle. And Arizona would have to give up 65, no, 30, 34.
65.
34 and 65.
Yeah, you got to do that.
All right, 34 and 65. Come on, man.
For 32.
For 32. Propose a trade, likely accept. And they accepted it.
Mm-hmm.
So now Arizona's on the clock. And Vegas said we should have did trades all along.
I know, right?
So this is where Arizona takes Ty Simpson with this spot right here. Perfect.
I ain't mad at it. Couple people that I would love to sneak in the first round: C.J. Allen, Chris Johnson. Those are two I wouldn't have been mad if they had gotten the first round. Peter Woods, I still don't think is the first rounder. Yeah, those two I would have loved to. You can't get everybody in. They were 32 picks in the first round, so those two I would have loved to see get in. Jacob Rodriguez probably. Somebody probably could have snuck and got him in the bottom of the one. If Denver Broncos is picking 30, that Alex Singleton will be out there. Jacob Rodriguez will be in. But, they're not picking 30, so they got Jalen Watt on them. Congratulations. The rich get richer out here. But, But yeah, man, this was 4.0.
3.
3.0, I get mixed up. We got one more on the way. It's gonna be probably the week of the draft. Me and Larry will discuss that. Let us know what you think. We will do it after night one. We will do a recap Friday of night one for sure. I'm up smiling. I'm gonna be up smiling like a chess cat to about 1-2 o'clock in the morning because that guy on the way. But I'm excited, man. What about you?
I'm excited to see what these other teams do, and I'm excited because I'm always in favor of like the whole landscape of the NFL. It's not just my team, but just seeing where other guys fall. Like I don't know about you, but like this is kind of like one of my favorite times of the season with free agency and the draft coming up, and you get to see how these teams orchestrate themselves. Tear it down, build it back up. You were last place last year. What place are you going to be in this year after your whole off season of reconstructing everything? So, just the construction of all these other teams and seeing how they do. I think we did an okay job with this.
Yeah, they're gonna tear us up, boy. They're gonna rip us a brand new one come next Thursday. They were like, "You said it's coming, boy. I know it's coming. I ain't tripping."
These guys don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, boy. Look at these bones, man. I'm listening to these bones on the way to work. Hey, see, they don't know what they're talking about. It's coming.
I may have some time to cook up the results of what our 3.0 was. If not, you guys can skim through it and see where we ended up, who we ended up with who. But that was 3.0. We got one more to go.
Yeah,
And
man. One more to go. This could be the final one. Will we think? We're gonna, this one is gonna be what we think will happen. Um, Thursday the 24th at 8 o'clock. And that one will be a lot more quick, easy, more streamlined because we don't really got information by then. Did a lot of reading, smoke and mirrors, all that stuff be clearing up then, and that's gonna be the real deal. Hey, this is what we think is gonna happen, and then if you guys are following along with us on 4.0, let us know how we did. I know I'm gonna grade myself. Hey, how many did I get? 5 out of the 32? Did I get 20 out of the 32? If I get 12, I'll be happy. So I think it'll be 12 to 15. I feel good about myself. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have the recap show Friday. Um, Second round gonna be Friday night. We probably do some Saturday with the second and third round before the second and third round before the fourth through the seventh round start on Saturday. I don't know. Depends on how folks' schedule go. And then for me, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm not gonna speak for Larry. Y'all know, if you know me, you'll know I'm already looking towards 2027. I'm gonna throw some names out there right now. Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart, Cam Coleman, Jeremiah Smith, Archman, Lenore Sellers, um, Dante Moore, Leonard Moore, just to name a few guys. I'm already digging into some of their 2025 stuff now. So when we do 2027 next off season, it'll be 2 years worth of film, and I can give you more in depth, more um more analysis because I've had more time to look at these players for next year's class.
Trinidad Chambers.
Chambliss in
I
there.
don't know if you said Jeremiah Smith.
I said Jeremiah Love, Jeremiah Smith. You got Julian Sand that's gonna be in there next year. So it's loaded for 2027. Um, for the guys, for if your team needs a quarterback like the Jets, Cardinals, Browns, Rams, any of those teams, 2027 on paper seems like the class to get one. We all said that in 2024 when we seen Jaden, Drake, Caleb, Penix, Nix. I'm missing somebody.
The McCarthy.
JJ go in the first 12 picks, and 1, 2, 3. We got one that reached the Super Bowl. We got one that went to the NFC Championship. We got two that went to the playoffs. One went to an AFC Championship. So it's looking like from the 2024 class, there's some good return on investment so far. But that's here nor there. I don't have anything else. Thanks for listening, Mama Gail, giving your input as always, putting me in my place about her New York Giants. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please do. Um, if you feel like we picked wrong for your team and we stupid, please comment. Let us know. Hit us up on Facebook. I ain't gonna be offended. I might be mad for like 2 seconds, but I respect your opinion, man. That's the only way I get better. The only way we get better. And yeah, man, we're gonna have fun doing this until we can't do it no more.
Yeah, man. So next week 4.0, we'll have I think that's where we should bring the suits out. Yeah,
Yeah, bring the suits out.
yeah. We'll we'll
Ready to
we'll,
roll.
we'll see how that goes. We'll have graphics, and we even have the draft chime. That's gonna be the big one. So
Yeah.
me and Amon gonna put our heads together and try to come up with the best prediction that we have that we can give you. So for those of you that tuned in, thanks to Mama Gail, thanks to everybody out there that tuned in, all the likes, the shares, the comments, and everything. We will be back with you guys next week. Sometime, might be sometime this week if we hear some news. Anything might come
Yes.
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Larry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so by the way, this week right here is WrestleMania week for the addicts and fanatics like myself. I know I'm a big WrestleMania guy, so you know, let us know. I know what you feel about the card. Yay, nay. Yeah, man. So it's this right here is the way this is set up. This is the probably the best 2 weeks for me. WrestleMania weekend, 18th and 19th. Then you get like a little break, and then you come in next Thursday. You got the draft Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What more can a man ask for right now?
Let
Nothing
let
at all.
let's do a WrestleMania prediction.
Sure, yeah, we can sneak a show in. We might have to get Mr. Roll back in here, and if he's available
Yes,
to
sir.
get his input. If he's available, Mr. Rollback, if you listen, I know you probably are. Let us know if you when you're available this week because you have so much knowledge on this WWE stuff. I watch it, but I don't watch as much as you do. So, but yeah, I'm definitely down for a WrestleMania prediction show. Just let us know. Let us know. We'll get it going.
And Rob, shout out Rob Johnson as well, man. We'll probably get him on there too.
Yeah, yeah,
No, he
get
gonna
our guy
go
Rob
off.
in here as well. Yeah, you know he about to go slam off on something, and I can't wait. He going off on a tangent. He'll have a story about something, and I can't wait to hear it. But yeah, we'll definitely link up. Make something happen if everybody's schedules can align one day this week, and doing WrestleMania prediction show. And once again, we're gonna when we zig, WrestleMania gonna zag, and you know how booking goes. But yes, man, that's definitely on the docket for this week.
Yes, sir. Mon, if you ain't got nothing else, man, we are going on a minute 46 seconds. It's almost 2 hours. I mean,
Too
an
too
hour,
long.
46, 46 minutes. Uh, so we about to get on up out of here. Enjoy Sunday dinner and whatever you're getting into. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. We will be back with you guys later on this week and next week with 4.0. So be on the lookout for that. And until then.